Hello and welcome to the Fireside Chat. I am Kalpana Singhal, founder and CEO of Techplus Media, and today we have Mr. Chaitanya Chokareddy, co-founder, Chief Innovation Officer at Ozonetel as our guest today. So Ozonetel recently collaborated with Truecaller. So if you can tell us, about the objective of this partnership.
Absolutely. We are always on the lookout for good partnerships which can help both the customers as well as the agents. So one of the common requirements that everybody has with call centers, right, is they don't want unwanted calls, marketing calls. I mean, you don't like it, I don't like it, nobody likes it. I mean, I'm in a meeting, I get a spam call, which nobody likes. But there are calls where real calls, where businesses actually do need to reach out to their customers. Now, how do I know what is a spam call and what is a actual call, right? I mean, you're getting a call with an unknown number. Wouldn't it be good if you could know the reason for the call? Why is this call coming to me? And what business is calling me? So we were trying to think about different scenarios. And the Truecaller, as you know, has got a very big install base in India. And we realized that, hey, look, this is an app that is on the phone of many of the customers. And Truecaller actually shows the business name and all that. And they had added a new feature where they say that the reason for the call also. So we spoke with them and said, hey, can we integrate? Can we integrate together and say that because a lot of our call center software are dialers, where they dial out, let's say Big Basket dials out, there's a delivery boy on the way. And you get a call saying that, hey, look, the delivery boy is waiting at the gate. But you don't pick the call, the delivery boy has to wait for a long time. But on that, you don't pick the call because you're in a meeting. But let's say you see the call and you see that, hey, this is Big Basket and this is a delivery boy who's waiting. Then you say, great, let me act on this. And then you work on that. So that is the main reason we integrated with Truecaller.
How do you see AI as a growth enabler of the cloud telephony space?
I would say, I mean, even 5 years before, if you had asked me, is AI going to do anything? AI hype was there 5 years back, but I was not a big believer. I still believe that yes, AI will help. But now I'm convinced. I mean, AI has made tremendous progress, especially in the natural language processing space and speech recognition space. Still, it has to improve for Indian languages, but for Indian English and Hindi, the recognitions are pretty good, call recognition. And once you recognize the text, what's being spoken, you can apply a lot of natural language processing to find the intent, and you can find the sentiment, do a lot of absolutely beautiful things. I mean, you can automatically figure out what the call is for. You can reduce the load on the agents. See, a lot of the times, right, agents, they're bored. You have to think from their perspective also. They're making the same call to different agents and talking the same script. Nobody wants to do that. It's a very boring job. But on the other hand, AI can help them remove that repetitive tasks and let the AI handle the repetitive tasks and let agents do the more important tasks. Then everybody is happy. So I'm absolutely sure. I would say 2 more years, if we are going to see a lot more AI, many of the calls that you get, whether it's outbound or inbound, are going to be first handled by AI. And only if an AI is not able to answer, are you then going to talk to an agent?
Yeah. So you're an innovation guy. What do you think would be the next milestone when it comes to technology? Is it the metaverse only? And when we talk about metaverse, so how practical it is, and it makes sense for which all sectors?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a funny thing you bring up metaverse, right? I mean, I was not a big convert for metaverse. I still am not. I still prefer human conversations. But you don't know. I mean, I don't know. My kids like to be on the virtual world always. So I'm not the target market. Maybe 10 years down the line, they are the customers and they are the business leaders. So I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm not a big fan, but it's important you bring it up because my visit to the US has helped me change my view a little bit. I've been exposed to a certain hardware. I got access to a Oculus Quest and I tried it out. And we built a small call center demo on the Oculus Quest. And we were actually pleasantly surprised to see that, hey, I think there is some sense in this. See, once you are in the metaverse and you are exploring the virtual worlds, you're going to have questions. When you have questions, then you have contact centers. That's how it works. So I think metaverse is going to be one. but I still will go with AI as bots, which are going to be the major disruptors and which are going to be really useful. Metaverse, I would say, let's wait out a couple of years to see how big it takes up. Then I would comment on that.
So please talk about Ozonetel's Indian and global presence and its recent achievements in terms of business expansion, revenue growth, and customer acquisitions.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a very exciting time for us. As you might be knowing, I mean, after almost like 10 years of our business, we finally raised some funding last year. This was mainly to attack the US market. India, we are pretty well known. We have a lot of customers and we are pretty well established. Last year, we closed a major bank, which proved that cloud telephony and cloud communications are acceptable to enterprises also now. So this was a very big deal. We serve 15,000 agents in that deal. It was our first $1 million ARR customer. So it was a big, last year was a banner year for us, if you want to put it that way. And added to the fact that we also scaled in the US. And so last year we actually had 100% growth. Added to the fact that we raised the funding. Now the goals are much bigger now. So once you achieve something, by the time you are happy, you look at the next thing. Okay, what's the next big thing? So yeah, that's where we are right now.
So please talk about your technology priorities over the next couple of years, and how does your tech priorities gel with business goals of the organization?
So for us, right, the tech priority wise, we are looking at omni-channel and AI. These are the two main things. I mean, voice, we are the de facto leader, and pretty much if it's a voice service, voice process that businesses want to handle in their contact center, they generally look to cloud, our Ozonetel cloud agent software. So we are the de facto there. But obviously, new channels are coming up: WhatsApp, Facebook, Apple Business Message, Google Business Message. So all these new channels where people can communicate. Let's say even Zoom, for that matter. This could be a new channel. So that's where we want to concentrate on. We want to expand our stack. We already support all these channels. We want to integrate it much better. And at the same time, because all these channels are text, we are going to make it AI first. So first, as I was telling you, all of these interactions will be handled by AI first. And when the AI can't answer, it will be handled by the agent. So this is our main focus. Metaverse is also a focus for us, especially in the US markets, because we've seen that in the US markets, brands are investing in the metaverse and people are starting to log into the metaverse. So once they are there, we have to be ready with the software to allow them to handle their calls.
So what are your expansion plans?
So we are, as I told you, right, we raised the fund mainly to expand in the US. But obviously, India and the US market are equally important for us. And we are looking at expanding mainly in the US market and spend in the India market. UAE and Singapore are also our markets. We are expanding there, but most of it will be in the US.
Yeah.